So growing up with an alcoholic father, I understood the fear associated with doing anything he didn't agree with crossing him. There was just unguarded rage there, and you didn't want to poke the lion. What has been a surprise to me with gaming addiction is to see the abject fear that some people exhibit when they come to a meeting. They are literally terrified for the addict in their lives to find out that they've gone to a gaming 12-step program. Terrified. And the question becomes, what are you so afraid of? It's confidential. You go into a meeting. What is producing this kind of terror? So in that sense, I'd say there's real parallels between what you see in a loved one with someone who's a chemical addict. It's the same as a gaming addict. They've got some sort of psychological control over the loved ones in their lives, and those people are afraid to even be open and talk about what's going on in their households. And that's understandable because a lot of times what's going on in the household is it's insane. It's completely ridiculous. When when I compare it to chemical addiction, it's it's hard to explain. You'd have to have experienced it firsthand to see just how extreme the behaviors are and to see the impact it has on the entire family and everyone under living under the roof. Particularly in regard to like sleep. It's almost like no one in the house is allowed to live according to a normal sleep schedule anymore, which dysregulates everyone. So that said, all forms of addiction create isolation in the individual and encourage the people around them to live in isolation as well. People don't come over to the house. Um, you're ashamed of what's going on under your roof. It's embarrassing. What I see a lot with gaming addiction is people don't even have words to describe what is going on in their lives. If they try to share with other people, they get some, oh, it's just a phase. They haven't seen up close what this is like. They really don't know. And yet they're willing to hand out advice about what they don't know about. Classic, huh? So here we go, April 3rd. Many of us resisted coming to Al-Anon because we didn't want anyone to know about our problems. We feared that our boss or our friends would find out and that it would get back to the addict. These fears accompanied me to my first Al-Anon meeting. To my horror, just as I sat down, one of my neighbors walked into the room and sat down across from me. What could I do now? Run? In the midst of my panic, I noticed a sign on the table that said, "Whom you see here, what you hear here, when you leave here, let it stay here." And on the wall, I saw a banner with traditions, one of which said that anonymity is Al-Anon's spiritual foundation. I stayed for the meeting, but I still worried. My neighbor never said a word to anyone. In time, I began to trust that it was safe to get help I so desperately needed because the only one who would ever mention my membership in Al-Anon was me. To this day, I am confident that my anonymity was and always will be protected, and my gratitude is beyond measure. Today's reminder, unless I protect the anonymity of all members, Al-Anon will not be a safe place for any of us. And the quote here is, our free expression, so important to our recovery, rests on our sense of security, knowing that what we share at our meetings will be held in strict confidence. And that is Al-Anon spoken here. So the stress created by having an addict in your life it's constant. It doesn't end. And people need some place where they can actually relax, where and reflect and reflect on, what other people's experiences are and what they're thinking and what they have to say about their experiences. You need a safe haven. And what I'm so convicted about in human relationships is when you share with another person, they can take what you've shared, filter it, alter it, twist it, and curry it back to someone and destroy your relationship with them. That's the kind of power, we have when we share with another person. Um, when I say this, knowing that I, trusted my spouse and that person weaponized my confidences in a way that was very destructive to my relationship with my children. So that's why meetings are confidential, and that's why we really don't give ourselves that opportunity to interfere with other people's relationships with their spouse, their children, their siblings, their anybody. Just take away that power. And when you don't participate in gossip, that power it's gone. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing. So that's been, I'd say, one of the most beautiful experiences that I've had in a 12-step group, is to see the power and solidarity and strength that comes from being around adults who have boundaries and who value human relationships. So I pray this reading is a blessing to you, and that if you're in hiding, if you're living in fear, that you have the courage to step out of that prison cell of fear and find a situation where you have a healthy group of individuals to share your story with, and that you get the help you need. Blessings on your day.